Hey everyone, welcome to Legends Podcasting. I'm Stu.
I'm Ross.
I'm Rob.
And we're here for a very special, it's not a reaction, no, we're doing a review of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Cross the Spider.
Fuck! I was going to say that, I thought that was the next one. What's the next one? Beyond the
Beyond,
Spider-Verse.
yeah.
Fuck. Across the Spider-Verse. You don't want to talk about the first one, that was years ago. The new Across the Spider-Verse movie. So we went and saw it last week. It was really cool.
See it again tomorrow. This guy.
Yeah,
This guy.
we're seeing Transformers.
Something
Yeah.
like
Fuck you! I'm looking forward. I've got immediately to high hopes of that film. Bumblebee was great. So
Yeah, Bumblebee was pretty. It was the best of the Transformers films out there. So
yeah, so I'm hoping
hopes for this one.
Yeah, but
I
yeah.
wasn't. Before we get on the Spider-Verse, I wasn't expecting much from Beast, whatever it's called, Beast
Yeah.
Wars, until I saw the trailer where it's got and Unicron turns up. I was like, okay,
yeah.
how are you going to solve this one?
Yeah, I'm curious to find out. He looks just like it as well. But yes. Into the Across the Spider-Verse. So first one, we love.
that. Yeah.
Should we?
Great
It's probably the best Spider-Man movie.
Are we going to talk spoilers straight away, or
Well, we'll do non-spoilers real quick.
Okay, yep, okay.
It was awesome.
Amazing.
Loved it.
Right, spoiler talk.
Yeah.
Because I've seen many people trying to do a non-spoiler about this, and there's so much to talk about
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
spoiler
Really.
related. So
Go out,
it's going to
see
be
it.
very, very spoiler. If we'll say this is your warning, give you 5 seconds, turn this off.
Go and see it, then come back.
Yep.
Right, we're into spoiler talk.
Yeah.
So, can't believe that person died. I know, Jake. Batman showed up. What the fuck?
Oh, they killed Uncle Ben
Again, multiple times.
multiple times. Yeah.
2.5 hours.
Yeah, just
Yeah, I mean,
funny. That's actually a crucial plot point of the entire film. Is
Yeah.
canon moments.
and the canon is you can't be Spider-Man without some kind of sacrifice.
Yes,
Um,
exactly. And
or
it's
Or that Spider-Man exists through sacrifice. Almost, I think. It's
yeah. So you have the two. You have the Uncle Ben moment, and then you also have when the captain of the police, apparently, whoever that's going to be randomly, has died. You can't
It's like
save them as well.
It's you come to a choice as a Spider-Man where you have to save one person or another, and the one person you can't save is usually someone you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or you're like with the I'm not going to say his name, so I'll offend anyone in India, but the Indian Spider-Man,
Yes.
where he was torn between the captain and his daughter, a bit of Gwen Stacy.
Yes.
Captain Stacy kind of thing. Yeah.
Yes,
So
exactly the same. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's a very cool idea, and I think the whole concept of this multiverse, like Spider-Man Patrol, that there's a Spider-Man in every universe.
Yeah.
And it happens to all of them, and you have to let those moments happen for them to grow.
But as Miguel said when he's explaining it to Thingy, that the Spider-Verse, the multiverse is held together by canon events, and if
Yes.
you break too many of them, the whole thing just
The whole thing
collapses.
falls
Well, so yeah, when he saved the captain, like it started that massive event happen, right?
Well, when he mentions that Doctor Strange and
Oh yeah, the Spider-Man,
Tom
Doctor Strange.
Holland Spider-Man.
No, he talks to me about them.
Yeah, they just completely so many problems they fucked up.
No, it's a very cool concept, and I think the fact, and again, I didn't even think about this till he said it to Miles, but the thing that really stuck with me in that film, because I didn't think about it in the first one, was the fact that because that spider from 42 that transported out of that universe, and then it bit Miles, he's the original
Anomaly.
anomaly.
So I think that's the
And I was like,
point.
that's a really fucking awesome idea that I didn't think about.
That's kind of the way for the majority of the film. They're not. They none of the Spider-Men want to associate with him, because I think Miguel sort of said like he's an anomaly and we can't.
Yeah.
Because I think you and I said Ross last we left the cinema like. Obviously, it's a two-parter, so there's a cliffhanger at the end,
Yes.
and they're going to move into a new plot line in the second, which I can't wait to see.
Yes.
But because he's an anomalous part of the Spider-Verse, he might have the ability to break canon without
Or do the canon events
do
need
the
to
canon
happen?
events. Because he's
See, when you said that, I was thought about it on the way home. But he saved Sing.
Yeah.
And it broke the canon.
did it.
But that's,
Yeah, because that was the whole point of them being annoyed with him. Because he stopped Sing dying, and then that part of the web started breaking.
But in his universe, because he's not meant to be that Spider-Man, does
Yeah,
he?
it could be different.
Does he have to have those kind of moments?
Yeah, what is he, 1510?
1610.
1610, yeah.
Universe,
So because Peter's had those moments already, right?
Yeah.
But then he died. So
Yeah.
But then, as Miguel pointed out, it was only because Miles was bitten by the number 42 spider from Earth
that
42
Spider-Man died.
that he got to that point in the reactor and Spider-Man died because he was trying to save him.
Yeah.
If he hadn't been there, he might have survived that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So he's already had to.
Yeah.
Because he's had his uncle and he's had Peter die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he doesn't need his father to die.
Yeah, so I was going to think as well. There must be a way to break that cycle.
Well, I think that's what one of the things I really liked was the ending when Miles gets back to what he thinks is his Earth.
Yes.
And he's trying to figure out where to go, and he's talking to his mum, and then you get the parallel of Gwen trying to catch up to him, and it turns out he's gone back to Earth 42.
Yeah, with the spider.
Because that's where the spider originally came from.
So there is no Spider-Man on that universe.
And he's the Prowler.
And he's the Prowler in that universe.
Yeah, so and it's gone to shit by the looks of it as well. So
and his father's died in that one.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious in that one, in the next film, whether it's going to be them saving that universe, or does the Miles from that universe flip and go, actually, I'm going to be good?
I'd love to see. That's why I really want to see the interaction between him as the Prowler from Earth 42 and him. Like, see where they go with that story. It's going to be really good in the next movie. But because I got the impression from the trailer, they were saying, because he does that line about I'm going to do my own thing, and goes, that he was trying to say that no, I don't care about canon. I'm going to do what I want.
Yeah, I'm going to save my dad.
I'm going to save my dad. I'm going to do everything. Or whether he's going to come to realise that he can't, or the experience is going to help him come to terms with sacrifice.
Yes,
but that he does. Yeah, well, where it's such a well written.
It's going to see what they do with it.
Yeah.
Or maybe he accepts it's going to happen, but Gwen saves him instead.
Yeah.
Gwen saves his dad. And just be like, no.
Surely, if all these Spider-Men are connected through the Spider-Verse in their little clubhouse in Miguel's Earth, that's breaking canon anyway?
Yes, I think so. Because Miles broke the Indian Spider-Man's canon, right? So, I don't know if it is. What I also thought really fascinating about the film is that Gwen was like an equal lead. Yeah. You got a lot of Gwen Stacy in this film.
The first 20 minutes is basically her origin.
Yeah, which is amazing. And the art style in her universe, although it took me a while to get used to it, because I was just like, it kept flicking from frame to frame, like there was just different, like the captain at one point he had like white shirt, black tie, jacket, and then suddenly he was like, I think it's still a white shirt with a pink tie. It was like just, I know that's the sort of art of the comic.
Yeah,
it's like sort of, depending how people are feeling, it depends on what the colour background is and stuff, and it looked like painted.
It's a visual leitmotif,
which was really cool, and I really enjoyed it.
It almost like a watercolour painting.
Yeah, and I love the fact you sort of got her.
But there were so many shots straight from comic book panels and covers and everything in every scene. It's so good.
Yeah, but it's where it's sort of on the trailer, and even the first one was very much about Miles. This was very much about Gwen's journey as well, and her like.
Well, you get the realisation at the end that she's like, maybe Miguel's wrong, and she's created her own team to go and help.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
which is the original team from the first one, really.
Yes, plus a few extras that have befriended Miles. Yeah. So I thought that was a really cool thing, and I think I haven't watched the first one in a while, but it had a lot more with his parents in this one.
Yeah.
Yes. And the bits where it's the film slowed down and had those moments with his parents, I thought were like some of the best bits.
Yeah.
It was really just amazing.
Well, it shows you his emotion and connection with them, right? So why he doesn't want to do the thing and let his dad die.
Yeah.
And it's like, it was so good.
And even his mum understanding, even though he's like obviously like running late for school and like not doing his work, and like they're worried about him, they still love him and they still trust him. I thought that was.
And then at the end, he has the courage to tell his mum,
but it's not
his
mum.
Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah, because Gwen said don't because she told her dad, and then his dad was like, well, he's still going to arrest you because you killed Peter.
Yeah. Well, that's only because of the way that all went down with her in her universe.
But I love that at the end where he's given up being a captain now.
Yeah,
because he can't arrest his daughter.
Yeah,
and then she's like, you're not a captain. That means you won't die.
Yeah.
And it was such a good.
I love the fact that when did that happen? Because halfway through that speech, that was a really good line as well. I
realised that.
Teared up a bit when he said that. I was just like, oh man, that was
It's nice because the film's long enough that it gives us all of those secondary characters room to breathe.
Yeah.
You get to get connected to Miles' family, so you know that when something's going to happen to them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Especially with all the cameos.
Yes.
I think we could take a long time. Let's talk about some of the favourite cameos, because there was a lot of Spider-Man in that. But we had...
Spectacular Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spectacular was from your favourite cartoon.
I had a feeling he'd be in there somewhere.
In the background.
But I wanted him to at least have a line, and he did, so I was so happy about that.
There was some of the anomalies they captured were Pixel Spider-Man, one of which was the Insomniac Games Spider-Man.
Yes.
He had like all the video game ones, it was great.
Yeah. And the funny is, from the video game, there's the actual Spider-Man from the video game. Me? What? Yeah. And he obviously had the actor who plays...
Danny Glover from Homecoming.
From Homecoming, which is really cool.
That's a good little nod in there, yeah. I love the... 60s cartoon Spider-Man. He's a one-dimensional sprite. He's swinging towards me. I'm going to stop him, and he's stuck in a pose going, I've missed, and he's just swinging past in the background as a static pose. It's just like...
We had the dark, brooding Scarlet Spider.
Yes. Ben Reilly.
It's one of my favourite characters. It's an interesting take on him.
Perfect pose.
It's a good...
Like, it's voiced by Andy Samberg, I found out.
Yeah.
So good.
That was... Because that's when I got back into Spider-Man. Obviously, the 90s, when we were younger, the 90s cartoon came out. And I sort of, just after that, me and Liam started going to comic book shop and collecting comics. And it was when the Clone Saga was happening. Mm-hmm. So the first few comics I read were like the first, I think it was issue 1 onwards, of when Ben Reilly's in the Spider-Man costume. Mm-hmm. Not the Scarlet Spider one. It's like the normal, it's like...
Because he thinks he's...
Yeah. So he's got a slightly different costume. Like the fingers are like they're webbed and they're blue, and it's like slightly in a bigger spider.
Yeah.
With that whole arc.
He's still got the metal.
Wrist, And that whole arc, and then I found the Scarlet Spider comic as well. So after Peter comes back, and then I was like, oh, I fucking love that costume.
Yeah.
So I reading all that. So I really love Ben Reilly's character. It's interesting taking him. It's funny and it works, but it's a bit weird. But yeah, the fact he's just like, oh, I'm so dark and depressed. It's like, yeah.
It was almost like the Spider-Man noir for this movie because he wasn't in this until the very end.
Which goes to the anyway. That wall looks fine. So does that. Well, what is that? It's like
perfect pose.
Yeah. It's great. So
the Wild West Spider-Man with the web shotgun. And the horse. So why is the horse wearing a mask? To protect his secret identity.
Yeah.
It's a horse.
Count to 3. 1. You did count to 3. It's great. It's a great moment. Comedy moments. Like, you obviously had like Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire's both in there.
But no Tom Holland.
No Tom Holland.
I feel like they're saving that for the next one.
You reckon?
I got a feeling. So it's odd that you wouldn't have the current Spider-Man.
They mentioned him, didn't they? With
it? Yeah, but you would have thought there'd be something.
Yeah.
The only thing that really was Prowler.
Yeah.
Danny Glover. But
yeah. And then you had obviously the ones they introduced. They had the Indian Spider-Man, you had the punk rock one, which is
he had a great line.
He was so funny.
I thought when he showed up at the when they break into the Alchemax facility.
Yes.
And he's showing him how to use the palms of his hands to break through the barrier.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's just going to be his thing. No, he was in the whole film, and he's just actually being more of a mentor to Miles than anyone else. It's like
there's one thing I don't get in the movie with him, which is why I want to see it again to think it. When Miguel was telling Miles and everybody's around that you can't break the cannon, right? He takes his bracelet off, opens up a portal and goes, I quit. And he throws it on the floor and he jumps in. But later on, he gives it to Gwen Stacy in a box. He goes, give that to Thing.
Oh, okay,
and I was like, how has he done that? Because he definitely took it off, threw it on the floor, right? And goes, I quit. I swear that's what he did. He might not have done that, but that's what I thought he did.
Or you just teleport out.
Yeah, that's why I thought he said he went. He opened a teleport behind him and went.
Is it the one that he
I quit, threw it on the floor, and then jumped backwards? That's what I thought he did.
But the one he gives Gwen, it's like it's been made by not the
that's what I said. Maybe it's like another one that he had
built
at home, and he's like, she might need this.
Because the entire time that they were Miguel was explaining to everyone what's going on, he was just dicking around in the background with the text, so he couldn't be building anything about it.
Yeah.
Oh, and I liked seeing Mayday.
Yes.
Baby.
That was the other thing. Like when Miles started on the run and everyone's chasing him, I'm like, there's like 300 Spider, no one can catch Miles. I'm like, okay. But then when 616 Peter was like, and he ninja'd it out to the side. He was the only one, and he grabbed Miles and got him and talked to him for ages. He's the only one that caught him and was like, Miles and everybody else. I was like, that's 616. That's the best. And he wasn't look like he was even trying. He just went and grabbed him. But like 300 Spider-Man can't keep up with him. It was so good. Loved it.
But I could watch that probably 20 times and not catch every single Spider-Man in that chase scene. So many of them.
Right at the end as well, when they're getting the team together to go after Miles in R42, and he's like, "Oh, I've got to deal with this. Got to tell you. Don't tell your mum." It's just like
she's really good at it.
He is great. I thought the bit between him and the woman on the bike.
Oh, Jess.
She says, "You're a terrible mentor." He goes, "I'm a great mentor." I told him that. I'm a great mentor.
He beat you, and I'm his mentor. It must be pretty good. Then when he's invisible, I told him that.
He's a great mentor. That was really good as well. I enjoyed that, and I really enjoyed the twist with the Spot as well. Yeah. In the trailer, they showed him as like a joke character. I thought he was gonna, like you sort of see at the beginning of the film. I thought he was going to be a joke character.
The one-off villain at the start.
Like villain of the week thing. And the fact it's the guy that you threw a bagel at from the first.
Yeah.
Genius. But the fact that then he's gone, oh, fuck it, I'm not going to be villain of the week. I'm gonna
So you realised
go through all the other worlds and absorb everything and be the most evil villain possible,
including the Lego dimension.
I love that one. Is it? Beep, 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 beep.
I found out there was, I think, a 14-year-old kid made the trailer for the film out of Lego. I think it might be the first movie.
Right.
And they hired him, and he did that whole scene.
Really?
Yeah.
14-year-old kid.
14-year-old kid did that.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty
cool.
cool.
That's cheap labour if you ever heard it. I think he went into the Venom universe as well to speak to the women in
in the cafe.
It's like, because that's just
Snow
another...
Cafe, the
This is one of the things, like, go back to what you said about earlier about the blending of visual styles you can only get from an animation film like that.
Yeah. And some I would like to go and see it again because some of it was so quick. Like the fight scene between him and Spot when he's trying to get to school.
Yeah.
So quick. And I was just like, it looks
So
really cool,
clever
but it's
as
just
well.
like, using that power in a really clever way. And then him being actually being a crap villain and like kicking his own ass into another dimension.
Yeah.
It's just genius. But then him actually becoming really powerful and being like, oh shit, we need to take you quite seriously.
Threat,
and actually the Spider Squad now needs to go and actually do that.
It's just like I say, the animation style just lends itself so well to Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
All the scenes of just him and Gwen when she comes to visit him on
being upside down with the sky,
swinging around New York.
I say it had moments because it's a two-part, right? They didn't have to push all of this into one movie.
Yeah, they could take their time.
Moments of it, just them talking, people talking, even them swinging around for ages talking.
Yeah.
It gives the thing time to breathe. Like a lot of TV shows we watch, it's 13 episodes, so you get that time to breathe it out. I think that's a massive benefit of doing a two-part movie, rather than being like, right, let's squish it all into 2.5 hours, and then it's like pacey, and there's no gaps. So, that was some beautiful imagery. I think like nearly any scene from the movie, it could be a work of art, like all the Spider-Man parts, definitely. But yeah, it's just got some great funny lines in it, some great action.
Well, for me, the soundtrack, fucking dope ass soundtrack.
Yeah.
The sound and the score, like there's so many. The sort of build up. I can't remember what the name of the track was. I looked at the other day where it's right before the film ends when they're building up to revealing that Miles is the Prowler in 42. Like soundtrack and the drums and the bass guitar coming in. Yeah, it's so well designed.
Yeah.
It was very cool.
I didn't think they'd be able to top the first one.
Yeah,
but they did.
I'd say so. It's not even.
I came out of the cinema and I said, Superman the movie is my favourite superhero movie.
Christopher Reeve one.
And it beat it for me.
Weirdly,
it was so good.
I feel this film has benefited, like Top Gun Maverick did, from having the COVID break. Because the first one came out in 2019? 18. And they could have pushed it out the door really quickly as a sequel, just cash grabbed it. And, well, Sony might have been... I know Lord and Miller, the two guys that directed it, they could have, like, well, we want a couple of years to do it. Then, no, we need to see it really out because it's proper. So it's had the whole COVID break, and they've got, 3 or 4 years to sit down and write a really good story. And then say to Sony, maybe, look, we've got enough story for 2 films, and we know it's going to sell.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the fact I said that's why I think definitely making it 2 films is.
And it's the first time we've been to the cinema for a while, and it's been pretty packed.
Yes, it was.
It's very popular.
Actually, it was sort of 7:30 at night, and there was kids in there and adults. Yeah. There's quite a lot of adult humour in it too, because there was a guy next to me who was laughing his head off halfway through.
It was. As I say, like all the jokes. I'm quite surprised how much. I say better than the first one it is, but like it's another level up.
Yeah.
Right? It's not like it's.
They took an amazing formula and just built on it.
They just pushed it to 10 or to 11. And
I think the only complaint that you could kind of have is it's maybe a tad too long at 2 hours 20 minutes. Or
it's not long enough.
It's not long enough.
No,
I
kind of feel it needed like for all those moments because the bits you would cut out if you want to cut it down would be to take out all the moments where they're talking and all the breathing parts, which are some of the best bits.
Yeah.
So
because I'm only thinking that while I was looking around the cinema we were in, it's the first time we've been to one, but it was almost packed out. Yeah. Some of the younger kids were running around in the aisles because they were obviously bored.
Well, yeah, but I mean, although it's a Spider-Man film, I don't think it's really aimed at kids.
No.
There's a lot in there for people, say, sort of, I guess, around our age, maybe younger, that have grown up with Spider-Man. And there's a lot of history and a lot of stuff that you have to understand to get a lot of what's happening. So, it's interesting. The other interesting bit I thought was... God, who's Spider-Man 2099?
Oscar Isaac? Miguel O'Hara.
Miguel. His story about him trying to go to another Earth where that Miguel died and him trying to be a normal person with a family, and that's what corrupted the...
Well, that's the thing. He thinks his being in that timeline corrupted it. What if it's something else that caused that?
Yeah, it could have been. Yeah. And the fact that he's on the verge now, and they sort of hint at it, when Miles escapes, he's like, no, we're the good guys, and a lot of people are like, are we though?
Yeah.
Have we gone too far? I get it's one of those like those. I guess it's a little bit. If I can really relate to it, it's a bit like Kang in that Loki thing of like, I'm doing this for the greater good. People have to die. These Kang moments have to happen for the greater good for the multiverse to survive. Where Kang's like, I'm making only one universe, so all these other evil Kangs don't fuck up. So I'm doing the greater good thing. You're trying to stop me. So I kind of feel like he maybe has lost sight of what he's trying to do, and he's just got used to it being a certain way. I wonder if he's going to change his mind for the next one, or he's going to become the bad guy that Gwen's team's going to have to stop. I'm kind of curious how that's
Yeah,
going to
we'll
play
see
out.
how they do that.
Because I've not read a lot of Miguel's stuff, but I do hear from people that have that he is quite a dark character.
Yeah.
In his own timeline. So
Yeah, but it's interesting how dark they go with him,
Yeah.
right? Will he redeem himself, or will he just go down a full dark path? Yeah.
Yeah, no, 'cause that's getting quite an interesting one. Because I'd say even I can't remember what the woman's name with the bike.
Jessica Cruz.
Jessica, even her, even though she's following him, seemed at sometimes being like, "Are we doing the right thing here?" Like she was following him still, but she's still like
Questioned it.
questioning it at the same time.
Did she join the squad at the end to go help?
Yeah, it was her, Ben Reilly and Miguel, right?
Yeah.
No, she didn't join Gwen's squad. No, she's on Miguel's side still.
Yeah.
She was driving around looking for him.
It's the four from the original movie in Gwen's squad.
Gwen, Spider-Ham, Noir,
Penny,
Japanese Penny
Penny
with the
Parker.
robot.
Peter.
616 Peter and Mayday, but I'm sure Hobie, Spider-Punk was there as well.
Yeah, Spider-Punk and the Indian one was there as well.
Yeah.
And who else? There was one. Was it the girl on the computer?
Did Ben Reilly come with?
No, he got taken by Gwen, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
It could have been the one on the computer.
There's
She's
not a-
still with.
No, I don't know because she's an avatar. Isn't she? She's
Yeah.
But she's the one that let him go back to. She programmed the machine to send him home.
Yeah.
She let him because Miguel was going to override it and she let it happen.
Yes.
She delayed it, didn't she?
Yeah. So there was definitely there's a good 6 or 7 people in her team. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting that like them going against Miguel. Like, are the other Peter Parkers and whoever else is Spider-Man gonna be like, well, wait, what about if they're starting to question it? Should we be questioning it, or are we just gonna follow this guy?
Well, it's going to have to be because everyone forgot about obviously the Spot. Whatever he's doing could be the thing that's
Well, he's going to 1610
to kill.
his dad, right?
Yeah, but because he powered himself up with the generator.
Yeah.
Could it be him that's because he's using his own powers to hop multiverse? Could it have been him doing that that's caused the original stuff in Miguel's universe to fail?
Maybe.
Like, the stuff isn't necessarily
In
the canon breaking; it's the Spot causing things to happen that shouldn't.
Yeah, but I think isn't he's gone to like I can't remember how many Earths he went to, but now he's completely covered. He's completely black now, isn't he?
Yeah.
That he can go back to Mars's, and he wants to face off against Spider-Man and basically make him suffer. So yeah, it's interesting because Miguel's got to get out of 42. I'm guessing trying to help 42, then go back to his own Earth, try and stop the Spot, which I have no idea how you're meant to stop someone that powerful now, unless you can talk him down somehow. Yeah, and then.
Kick his own ass.
And then also what happens with Miguel and the Spider team as well? Like you can't just let that. Does Miguel go, "Oh, actually, Mars, you were right. That's great," or is it like does he go, "No, you still need
I have
to
to have this happen.
Yeah. I don't know. It's going to be a fascinating next movie. It really is. I'm very excited.
Because I think I spoke to you and I was like, what happens if they do another film after Beyond?
Yeah.
Because you feel like if it's that popular, they're going to keep making them, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And there's in the Edge of Spider-Verse comic when it came out, when they introduced Gwen, Silk, and the Spider-Verse, it was Miguel? No, I can't remember the vampire's name.
Oh, Mordo?
Morgel and his family, right? And Miguel O'Hara is like part vampire because when he transformed himself into Spider-Man, he can do the venom bite him, right? Is they going to relate him to him? And like Miguel failed and be like, and then they'll do it that way. It's just like, that'd be quite cool to tie it in.
That would be pretty sweet. I mean, you can see if the next one's going to be a success, they'll keep going.
Yeah.
As long as they don't milk it, because like I say, I reckon the reason why this has worked out so well is because they have the time to write it.
Yeah.
Like they've obviously got Beyond next year, but then it needs time to get itself in order again. So
imagine though when you've made that first one and you're like, right, okay, we're going to make another one, and then they've written it to be so big they've made 2 movies out of it. They must have had so many ideas that they can go, right, well, we could use that if these 2 are really good, hopefully.
I mean, you could have side spin-offs.
As long as it's the same people making it, I will trust it.
Could
if somebody else, if they go, no, we're out, and somebody else, I'll be like,
would you be happy if like they finish Miles' story in the next one and then they move to a focus on different Spider-Man?
Yeah, all happy.
Like, I mean, Gwen's kind of equally, so I don't know if they need to do Gwen, but maybe another Spider-Man.
It's funny because when that second comic came out of Edge of the Spider-Verse and she got introduced, I like fell in love with that character, and then like
so did everyone because they wasn't.
Silk was meant to be the big one, and then it was her instead. I mean, it'd be quite good if they did a Silk movie.
Oh yeah,
because she didn't show up in this movie, did she?
No. As I said, but they could tie that in at the end that because she was bitten by the same spider that Peter was.
Yeah.
And then they had that connection, and then they make sure that. Well, anyway, but like when I've read that comment, I never thought we'd have a anime movie with her and being done so well.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I just find her story fascinating because whoever came up with the idea of not only does she get bitten rather than Peter, but then Peter becomes a lizard and he dies, and that's her Uncle Ben moment.
Yeah.
It's fucking
Genius,
so clever.
Yeah.
And it just makes her so cool. I kind of would love to sit. Again, I don't know if you could do it in
and even her being a part of a band called the Mary Janes. In that universe, it was so clever.
Yeah,
so good.
And I'd kind of half be really excited to see her meet another Gwen, maybe a normal one.
Yeah.
Just to see, and maybe there's a universe where Gwen doesn't die, and that's actually Gwen and Peter end up together, and they're happy, and she can see.
They're not super powered or anything.
And they're not super. Yeah. Well, he is Spiderman, but like he's retired or something, and she gets to see.
That was a great line as well in the movie. Do you remember where she was like, in every universe, something bad happens to Gwen.
Yeah, in this one, it's
and
Peter.
then was it no? What's the line? It's something like, oh no, in every universe, Gwen and Spider-Man fall in love, and then in every universe something bad happens to Gwen, and then Miles is like, he says something like, well maybe we can make it different or something, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's a good line. I can't remember exactly what the words were, but it was such a great moment between the two.
I mean, do you
that when they're sitting underneath the
I mean, do you want because you kind of get the, or I feel like you could get the feel that like Miles is in love with her.
Yeah.
Do you want that to be a relationship? I kind of want them to just be friends. Like really good.
They do become a small relationship in the comics.
They do, though.
So yeah.
Okay. Because I kind of don't know if I want them to be together like that.
Well, it's gonna be difficult because they literally would have to live in their own universes.
Yeah.
But they have got the watches, the wristbands, whatever you want to call
Or maybe he meets Gwen in that universe.
Yeah, but she should be dead.
In his universe. Yeah,
oh no, actually no, it's not 616, is it?
She said every Gwen, something bad happens to every Gwen, so maybe. I don't know. Depends how far Spider-Man was in his career. In that one, right?
Well, he'd met MJ in that world.
Right,
so he should have technically gone through
Gwen and
unless it's Tobey Maguire's
Betty to Gwen to
and it's MJ before Gwen. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. But I kind of don't want it. I kind of want them to love each other as friends, but not anything more. But
it depends where their character arcs take them in the second.
Yeah, so I don't want the moment of them sort of, at the end like kissing or something. For me, you'll have it's going to be the same writer from The Flash who's going to put them on the floor together and then pan around for an hour for a minute. Yeah. For me, I don't want that.
No, I've got faith in the way they're writing this. That if they do end up together, or if they don't, it's going to be
done
right, and tied into their character arcs and their story, rather than something that they thought, because they've got natural chemistry together. The way that they've been written as characters. So.
Yeah, it's just the fact that they're both so young as well. Like obviously, like most of the other Peters are quite old or older, so it's like maybe they're the only two kids. Oh no, that's a lie because the AI girl, one's quite young as well. But yeah, no, it's just it's a mind blowing movie. There's so many moments at the end. I think there was like 3 moments I thought it was going to finish, and it kept carrying on for like 5-10 more minutes.
Yeah.
It's like and now it's going to finish. Oh no, another 10 minutes. Okay. I think the moment I thought when Gwen talks to her dad, and then she jumps out. I thought it was going to finish there. I think, or maybe it was when Gwen was talking to the parents,
or when
his parents, and being like, "Oh, I'm going to save him." She like jumps out. I thought it was going to finish there
with the team, and then it cuts to him.
I definitely thought when she had the team together,
and
they jumped through the pool. I thought that was definitely going to be a moment as well. Or the bit when she goes to get Peter from 616, and then
Mayday puts
a mask on. I thought it was going to finish there.
Yeah,
that was going to be a point as well. The fact they kept on going, I was like, oh yes. So yeah,
I guess that's almost all of the start pieces for the next movie, so you can just go straight to the action.
Yeah. Well, they need to work out where he is first, right? I don't think they've worked. Do they know where he is?
Yeah, they figured out he because Gwen went to his house in 1610, and she was like, he's not here. What the hell happened? And then they figured she remembers that it's they cut back to the bit where it's Earth 42 spider biting him.
Yeah.
And she realises it's the thing sent him home. Oh, okay, it's into Earth 42.
Right, fine. So she knows where he is. Okay, but Miguel doesn't.
And the Avatar lady will probably figure it.
Yeah.
Well, no, anyway.
That's true. Yeah,
She
she's
knows
all
where
right.
everyone-
Yeah.
Well, you got Spider-Man Noir, the greatest detective.
She solved that Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, he solved that.
Be interesting to see if what he's like in the next one.
I hope it's Nick Cage back voicing again.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
Speaking of, the voice cast they've got in this one is stellar again.
yeah.
Oscar Isaac playing Miguel is so good.
His third Marvel character.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I didn't even realise at all that it was him. I honestly didn't compute in my brain.
So good.
Getting so many different characters to voice it and just a mind blowing film. It's gonna be hard to top that film. I'm really we're massive DC fans because I'm hoping for that. I'm hoping the Flash is gonna be awesome, but I kind of feel like this might.
Well, on the flip side, if the Flash is also freaking awesome, we have 2 great superhero movies.
Oh yes, yeah.
This year.
So within like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great June. It's a great June. You've got this. I know you don't care about Transformers. I can't wait for Transformers. Then Flash, and then there's Indiana Jones as well.
I don't want to see that.
But yeah, we'll see.
I don't want one of my favourite characters to be ruined by what's going to happen in the movie. So,
Yeah. Just see. Anything else to discuss in Spider-Man?
I don't know. I mean, kind of rambled through anything like anything you didn't like. It like that can be tiniest nitpick or the biggest flaw.
As I said, it was that bit where no one could catch Miles.
Yeah.
I'm like, you got all these Spider-Men, but it was redeemed because 616
Taught him.
caught him and got him easy as pie. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
The main man got him, so yeah, I was happy with that.
Oh yeah, no, I enjoyed it. I thought it was better than I thought it was going to. I don't know why. I went into the movie not super excited for some stupid reason. I don't know why, but I came out being like, fuck me, that's just blowing my mind how good that film was.
Like I say, I think that really benefits you from the 20 minutes at the start being Gwen.
Yeah, 100%.
Like,
I just wanted one of my
completely different perspective.
Probably my
Like,
favourite.
This is really interesting.
one of my favourite bits was that the whole origin with her, because it was just like getting so and making
and
her
the Vulture.
Yeah, the paper Vulture, but making her like joint lead.
That was the paper Vulture fight. Was just them fucking showing off with the animation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, just all the different animation styles, especially like in the Spider-Verse thing, where all the different animation styles
All
together.
blended
Yeah.
So clever. Like how much time and effort that must have taken just to get it right.
A lot of head scratching.
Yeah, there must have been a lot of fucking.
But I mean, I just wish the care and attention that's on display was shown in more movies.
Yeah.
That have come out in the last.
I said when you've got people that love the character, love the whole history of a character, and they're writing and directing.
Yeah.
Directing something, then you get a good film. You need that to happen. Like this is just a movie that proves.
That's why I feel like
formula
Marvel
works.
at the moment, they're like MCU style. They're just like, well, we just need to make a movie.
Yeah.
And they haven't really got a plan for that character. They're like, well, let's just make a thing about that
with
character.
the TV shows where they're just like shoving content out the door without. Oh, we need to get this character. We need to get this. It's like think about what you want to put out in the story, because most of Phase 4 was just continuation of Endgame in like a flat line. It's just like we need to keep the story going. Nothing happened. Nothing really elevated.
Bar Kang's nothing's really the stakes.
So like we said earlier, where they took it into the Spider-Verse and they amped it up. Where like Thor: Love and Thunder, they try to take the comedy from Ragnarok and ramped it up and just made it silly.
Yeah,
because that rather than Thunder, the thing that annoys me is they could have done the God Butcher so much more serious in that.
Actually,
you could start some of the comedic tone when Thor's on his own or having to deal with that, but it really needed a moment just to.
That movie annoying. It's like a parody of itself.
Yeah.
Like it's like Chris Evans playing a parody of Thor, where he's gone through all this shit. Like in the first 2, he's quite sensible. Then Ragnarok is so busy. All the shit he goes through in Infinity War and Endgame, and there's obviously like 5 years of that stuff learning, to then go back to being a goofy twat. It's just like, why would you do that? Like, it makes. I don't know why Kevin Feige went to Taika Waititi. Went, that's great. Let's put that out. That's a perfect film. Like, no, what the fuck? No. So Iron Man 3 all over again. Get started on that.
Start another argument.
Anyway, it's Spider-Verse. So yeah, I'm definitely my favourite Spider-Man film. I don't know if it's my favourite superhero film of all time, but definitely easily top Marvel film, that's a bit much. Top Spider-Man film by a country mile. And I thought in Spider-Verse wasn't going to be beaten. So
I think it's my number 1 superhero film now.
I can't believe it's beating Superman, man. I nearly fainted when you told me that.
We've got the Ross test. He's going to see it again tomorrow night. So if it comes out, we'll have to go.
That is true, because you did say that about. You didn't say it was better than Superman, but was it No Way Home?
No Way Home you loved, and
you watch it again. You were like,
yeah, but I still didn't like the ending of No Way Home the first time I watched it.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, but I thought about this movie a lot, and there's nothing I don't really like about it, apart from those two little bits. But then,
and I guess the only way we're going to see if it works is if the sequel's up to scratch, which I really hope it will.
I'm curious to see how, if the sequel's going to be even better, or it's going to be like his one story's going to be on par with it, or is it going to slope off?
We've got a whole, is it a year to wait?
March
next year.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
2 months.
Mm.
Looking forward to those. It's going to be good.
Oh yeah.
Cool, so that was our spoiler review of Spider-Man. Lots of waffling, lots of just exciting talking about it. But yeah, I'd love to know your thoughts on the movie. Did you enjoy it? Is it your favourite superhero movie of all time? Is it your favourite Spider-Man movie of all time? Or did you not like it? What didn't you like about it? Come and let us know. Who was your favourite cameo to see? Who was your favourite art style to see? Just who was your favourite of everything? Please comment below, let us know. Let us know your thoughts on it. Are you excited for it? What do you think is going to happen in the next one as well? We obviously, if you're watching this right now and you've watched this whole review and you're not subscribed, we're going to be doing lots more reactions, lots more reviews, so please subscribe to the channel. We do have a Patreon set up as well for all shows we react to, that you can find full reactions over there. We're also on social media, links in the description below for that. And we also do a podcast, and when you listen to the podcast, type in the podcast and you find us there. We'll see you very soon for another reaction.